We've climbed through structure, through grammar, through biology and attention. But now we arrive at a quieter ridge, because even if language shapes perception, there are moments when language fails. Moments when we stand before something and words fall short. And we feel it before we can name it.
You mean like grief? Or awe? Or pain? Those moments where explanation feels almost insulting.
Yes. And here we encounter Ludwig Wittgenstein. Early in his career, he believed language worked like a logical mirror of reality. Propositions pictured the world. But later, he changed his mind. He came to see language not as a mirror, but as a collection of language games. Meaning is use. He realized language is not a mirror held up to the world. It's a set of tools shaped by practice. Wittgenstein imagines a builder at work. He calls out slab. One word, not a sentence, not a description, a command.
And the assistant brings a slab.
Yes, the word doesn't mirror reality. It functions within an activity. Its meaning is what it does.
I know.
Language, then, is not primarily about picturing the world.
80 from the lady on the
It is
left.
about participating in it.
Is what democracy looks like.
Words function within practices, within forms of life.
So meaning isn't fixed to objects. It emerges from how we use words in context.
Exactly. But here's the unsettling part. If meaning is use, then there is no final foundation beneath language. No hidden essence waiting behind words. Only shared activity, only practices, only shared habits. And Wittgenstein ends his early work with a line that still echoes. Whereof one cannot speak, thereof one must remain silent. That wasn't defeat, it was humility.
That line always feels like a cliff edge. It implies there are aspects of reality beyond articulation.
Yes, and we encounter this every time we struggle to describe an experience. Take the famous duck-rabbit image. The drawing doesn't change, but your perception flips. One moment you see a duck, then suddenly, a rabbit. The sensory input remains identical, but your interpretation shifts. Language helps anchor one reading or another. Yet the moment of seeing as precedes the word. There is something happening prior to description, and yet once we name it, duck, it becomes harder to see rabbit.
Which suggests that perception isn't entirely constructed by language. There's a layer beneath, a rawness that words attempt to capture.
Or attempt to stabilize. Now let's bring in Martin Heidegger. He called language the house of being. Not because language creates reality, but because it is where reality becomes intelligible to us. At first glance, that sounds like your argument. We live inside language. But Heidegger adds a nuance. Humans are not the lords of being. We are its shepherds. Language discloses the world, but does not exhaust it. Being exceeds our categories. We never exhaust what is.
So even if language carves the world conceptually, it never fully contains it.
Yes, and that excess matters, because it humbles us. When we stand before death, when we encounter beauty, when we feel profound love, language strains. We reach for metaphor, for poetry.
We try to capture it with words, but some feelings just exist outside the lines. They breathe in the silence
For
between
music.
us.
And this is where Suzanne Langer deepens the tension. She argues that music is a symbolic form, not descriptive, but expressive. It captures the shape of feeling. Before we can say what grief is, we can feel its contour in a minor key, the morphology of emotion, without discursive explanation.
So even when language fails, we don't abandon symbolism, we switch systems.
Exactly. We are not merely linguistic animals, we are symbolic animals. We ritualize grief, we compose elegies, we build monuments. We cannot face reality nakedly, we always mediate it.
But that mediation, is it protective or distancing? Does language shield us, or does it stand between us and the rawness of being?
That's the unsettling question. If language never fully captures being, and yet we cannot step outside it, then we inhabit an in-between, suspended. The world exceeds us, but we never encounter it except through symbols.
So we are neither sovereign creators, nor passive observers. We are interpreters, always interpreting. Even in silence, the interpreting continues. And that silence isn't empty, it's structured.
Yes, and interpretation is never complete. That incompleteness is not a flaw. It is the condition of being human, but it carries risk. Because when we mistake our symbols for the totality of reality, we harden them. And when symbols harden, conflict follows. We defend them. We forget that they are partial.
There's something humbling about this altitude. Language gives us extraordinary power. It allows us to cooperate, to theorize, to remember, but it also limits us, and perhaps protects us from the full intensity of what is.
Yes, language is both lantern and veil. It illuminates what it frames, but framing always excludes, and what lies outside the frame remains.
So where does that leave us?
On the edge of something important. Because if language structures meaning, and yet cannot fully contain reality, then the symbolic worlds we build are both powerful and fragile. And that fragility becomes crucial when we consider how humans coordinate at scale, how we build societies, how we construct shared realities.
If language never fully captures being, why do we cling to it so fiercely?
Because without shared symbols, we cannot coordinate.
We overlay the astronomical charts here.
The migration patterns align.
We've climbed into thinner
It
air,
suggests a deeper
and it's quieter
correlation
here.
than previously
Yes,
thought.
but one final ascent remains, and from that summit, the view will widen.
There are moments when language fails us. Moments where grief exceeds explanation. Where awe silences speech. Where reality presses against the edges of grammar itself. And yet, even at the limits of language, humans continue reaching outward, through metaphor, through ritual, through music, through story. Because symbols do more than describe the world.
It's remarkable how we move together.
They bind minds together.
Invisible threads of memory.
Over thousands of years, those symbols accumulated. Stories became identities. Identities became nations. Invisible agreements became civilizations. Money, law, justice, borders, history, the stories, the narratives. Cultures tell themselves about who they are and why the world matters. None exist in nature the way mountains or oceans do, and yet billions of people organize their lives around them every day. The human world is not built from stone alone. It is built from shared meaning, and that makes language far more than communication. It becomes coordination, memory, belonging, conflict, meaning itself. The summit is close now, and from here, the view begins to widen.